What a wonderful evening. I'm KP.
And I'm Josh. Welcome to the Nightly on Hatch Plus, where our time machine takes you back to the best night of sleep you've ever had.
Oh, I'm trying to think. What do I think my best night of sleep was? I mean, it's got to be when you're a kid. You're playing all day.
Yep, out in the sun, out in the sand. Yep.
And especially when you would pretend to be asleep to get carried in from the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good night of sleep.
That's classic. I can't get away with that anymore.
No, you keep trying, though.
I do.
You keep trying.
I do. And my wife is on to me. And
Yes.
She's like, even if you were asleep, I couldn't carry you. I would just wake you up.
You're staying in the subway. I'm not bringing you up the stairs.
Yeah, I can't trick her by sleeping. We've passed our stop 6 miles ago.
Yes. That's got to be a big one. Any night where it's freshly washed sheets, that's going to be the best night of sleep I ever had.
Love a freshly washed sheet.
A fall weather where it's nice and chilled, that's going to be a best night of sleep.
I think that's kind of perfect, right? You need like window cracked open, light breeze.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest. I also think like after having done a big physical project is nice.
Oh, true.
Whether it's like a housework project, like, you know, deep clean or putting together furniture or like working out or like a big day of, oh, it's a family reunion and everybody's like out like throwing a football around or playing horse or something. And just like, that's so nice.
Well, Josh, I am ready to regale you with some history.
Thank goodness.
Some drowsy history.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to tell you a history story all from memory, and I may get stuck along the way, but we're just going to rewrite what happens. If I say it, it'll just enter the truth stream of this world.
I'm ready to help. I am excited to find out what I'll be learning about and also trying to keep up with.
I know. It'd be fun if you know a little on this too, so you can help me out. But again, accuracy, not really the point. So today I'm going to tell you about the Roanoke colony. Do you know a little about the Roanoke colony?
I know so little about it. This is something
good.
like I know of it. Was it in what is now Virginia?
North Carolina, Virginia area. So we're going to go way on back, time machine wise, to 1585.
Okay.
Spanish and English, they're fighting to get control of this new world, and the new world being America.
Right.
And it was going to look really good for the English if they could get a ship of some Englishmen on over to the Roanoke area. So this was 1585. They sent, I want to say that's like 600 people on this first boat over there. They sent them in, and then, you know, this is where I get a little fuzzy, but they met the Algonquin tribe that was there already in the area. And then it just was like not a super habitable spot.
Okay.
So all of these people that they dropped off from the first trip kind of relocated, either went back, went to some other spots. Basically, Roanoke did not get settled this first time. It was like just nobody could really make it happen. So 2 years later, the English are like, no, we really need to make this stick. So now they send another voyage. This is 1587.
Okay.
They're sending another voyage out. And this is with, I think, 118 people. And a lot of these are families because it's like, okay, let's get this settled. We need some new families to pop up here. This is how we get stuff rolling.
Right. This isn't just like a remote workplace.
No, we just can't have a bunch of dudes sitting around twiddling thumbs. We need some.
That's right.
We need some wives. We need some children.
And it's also, I imagine, when in the 1500s, even the late 1500s, if you set sail in a ship in like 1582, and then the people back home are like, wonder how it's going over there. It takes quite some time to get word back of like, oh, did not take.
So this is a huge issue, yes. It takes a ton of time to get there, and it was very costly. England is taking a big risk here trying to do this again. I think I read that it would be like a $300,000 mission in today's terms. Like it was like $350,000 to like get this rolling.
Interesting. That feels like if your intention was to put an outpost of your nation across the sea in a different continent. I
Yeah.
do think $300,000. It's like
Maybe a
all right,
steal?
sure. Yeah.
Be kind of a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I guess for 100 people, though, it's like we would love to get that cost down.
For sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'd love to get that down.
I imagine you said they met the Algonquin people, and I have to imagine that they weren't especially psyched about this plan.
So I think the first colony, the Algonquins were perhaps a little more like, okay, you let us know if you need anything.
Sure.
Second now, things aren't quite the same. So
Okay.
they drop this 118 people off. The goal is we're going to come check on you guys in a year. 1588, we're going to come on back around, give you some more supplies, give you some more stuff, check how you're doing, give on word back. So this was the goal, is like, okay, we'll drop all these families. Surely in a year, they'll have set up some farms. They'll have made some awesome pacts with the Algonquin people. Everybody will be living in harmony, surely. However, the ship's captain that was supposed to go check on them, goodness knows his name. Let's go ahead and call him Thomas. There was a ton of Thomases at that time.
Captain Thomas, sure.
Captain Thomas.
He was the one that invented the English muffins, and that's why they promoted him to captain.
Yeah, and he was so busy.
That's right.
That's the thing. So he could not come back at 1588. It was like those seas were quite rough.
Okay.
And the English muffin stuff was really taking off. So he just...
Yeah, his side hustle really became his main hustle. Yeah, I get it.
That's what they warn you about, is you got to stay focused. So he was not able to actually get there until 1590. So this is now 3 years. Yeah.
That's so funny to me. If I had to check on someone now and be like, how's it going in England? I could send a text message.
Yeah.
And that takes, I don't know, 3 seconds to do. And instead to be like, oh, choppy seas. Well, see you in 3 years.
Yeah, being late, like your friend that's always late, this could mean 3 years.
That's right.
If your friend's just kind of like...
Because it's that far to go.
Yeah.
And that's the scale.
You have only this, I would assume, small months window of time where the seas are not very harsh. So it is like if you missed your window because you were late working on English muffins, you might have to wait a while.
The weather that exists over the ocean too, right? So I imagine that if it's like winter on land, it might be winter at sea. And so it's like, and you're just in a ship. This isn't like a modern Carnival cruise ship.
Absolutely. Well, I know that this is still a thing, but not as much because now our ships can handle many things. But it's like that woman that swam the entire English Channel. She had to wait for like, October 2nd to October 10th. Those are the only times you can start to leave because that's like...
Where like the seas aren't so choppy and not going to be a storm.
But she was sort of just only had her body to protect her, so I understand. But this one, they didn't have that much more. These ships were wood.
Oh, yeah.
So 1590, he finally makes it back. We know very little about what happened in those 3 years because usually how you get to receive history is... survivors write what has happened.
Yeah.
People put stuff down in notepads. People write stuff. Letters get sent.
Right. They tell the next people what was up.
Yeah. The tricky thing here is not a single soul made it somewhere else.
Wow.
So he comes to set sail.
Captain Thomas.
He's Yes, Captain Thomas. Okay. He's eager to bring his nooks and crannies ashore. And he's expecting to see, you'd hope to see 200 plus people here.
Right.
It's like some people around the area that maybe you got to join in this colony, some new babies. You're hoping to have grown. He shows up, tumbleweeds.
No.
Not a soul in sight. Every single person is gone. And there's just like no signs of life even. There's not even hints to where things were, what might have happened. All that we have is a carving in a tree that says Croatoan. And this is just a huge question mark. It is just shockingly like, wait, what does that mean? The thing that it surely was pointing to was there's something called a Croatoan island, I think, that is off the Chesapeake Bay. So in North Carolina.
Okay.
So everybody is gone. The only message we have is carved into a tree, which is already a scary medium to give a message.
For sure.
Carving in general is the scariest way to write.
Yeah. What would you say is the least scary way to write a message?
Watercolor. It's kind of nice.
Oh, very gentle. Yeah, that's really
Very
good.
gentle. And that implies we had time.
Mm-hmm.
I got the colors.
Art supplies, certainly.
Yes. I'd say watercolor. What do you think?
I think watercolor is really good. I can't imagine a scary message being like in whipped cream on something.
Very soft. I was going to say maybe embroidered too. That's a sweet
Embroidered
little...
is nice.
Again, no rush there.
No.
Carving, that's a rush.
That's rush, and it's knife.
Knife. We had a knife and we had to use that. We didn't have anything else.
No pencil, no pen. Knife writing.
Knife writing. Also, must have been a large tree. Croatoan?
Yeah.
Long word.
Right. Unless they went vertically.
Yes. They did that cool S that's in the notebooks just to start it off.
They were doing an acrostic poem like Croatoan vertically, and it's like, C is for Captain Thomas. We're not here anymore.
Yeah, that would have been helpful if we could have gotten some more info.
Mm-hmm.
So Croatoan is written on this tree. And I guess there's also, they're called dare stones.
Mm-hmm. And those are to keep kids off of drug and alcohol.
Yes. Yeah, it's don't smoke this plant.
Every time you want to use drugs or try alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
you just eat one stone.
Yes. And you're too heavy to leave the camp.
That's right.
So these dare stones are like a series of stones inscribed with messages that are supposedly written by members of the lost Roanoke colony.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly. But there's this question of like, because they weren't discovered until the late 1930s.
So we're talking 350
Yes.
years later.
And what a convenient thing to place around. That would just be like, if you're into conspiracy theories and stirring stuff up, yeah, I'll place some stones that look old and carve into them some stories.
Mm-hmm.
But these were 48 rocks with info written on them. I'm of their fake camp. This seems like one of those things that the Discovery Channel or the History Channel makes a 28-part series about discovering.
Yeah, and then in the last one, they don't reveal till the very end that they're like, most historians say this is totally fake and we shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. We talked to a rock expert and he said these are rocks. So we're on to something.
Those are real rocks, and the writing on them, we're going to tell you, that's words.
Yes. But for sure we know Croatoan was there because that was written by Captain Thomas. He was like, I saw this. So he tries to go to Croatoan Island and choppy seas, super hard to get there. Like really something funky was happening weather-wise. He had to turn around. He could not make it to the island.
And go back.
To England. He had to fully just be like, okay, I'm back going to England.
That's a tough detour when you're trying to go from North Carolina to Maryland and you end up in England.
Yeah, he was like, I cannot make it to this. He returned to England and then moved to Southern Ireland where he died. He just like could not go back and help them. So the obvious thought is surely they went to Croatoan Island. But if he couldn't make it on his big ship, there's a thought that probably with their little ship, maybe they just like the waters were also bad when they tried to leave and they all drowned, ? But it still is like not one person stayed back.
There's no way they could have gone more or less by land.
They would have been seen because there was like other colonies and everyone was like,
Got it.
We didn't see people that claimed to be from Roanoke. People did say at the time, they were like, we've seen Native American tribes with light-skinned, like white people in them. But like that was like certainly not 118 of them. Certainly like small little stories here and there that were passed around. So it was like that could have been, they could have joined in with the Algonquin people that like, because they needed help. But there's just... it's an entire lost colony of people that no one seemed to survive enough to send a message of, hey, we all moved over here, we all moved over there. Like a letter just did not even make it anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they have that creepy Croatoan tree.
Is that tree preserved at all? Or are they just like, oh, we had it, now it's gone?
I can't imagine it is, but I don't even think it like made it to taking a picture time period.
I'm from Massachusetts, and they make a big deal out of Plymouth Rock there.
Yes, which is the tiniest rock in the world.
It's not an impressive rock.
Yes.
I've seen, not to brag, so many better rocks in my life.
Absolutely.
The Rock of Gibraltar, obviously, classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He's impressive to me.
He's way bigger than Plymouth Rock, if people
Yeah.
don't know that.
He's impressive. Yeah, Plymouth Rock is I want to say, doesn't it like reach your torso, if that? Like it's small.
I think it's like mostly kind of in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have seen a picture though, and I go, they didn't even hit that rock.
No,
It's too small.
it's too small. It wouldn't even be, if I hit that rock, I wouldn't have even noticed. I mean, like, maybe it's bad for a boat, but I wouldn't have been like, there's the rock that did it. I would have been like, oh, shoot, we must have hit something.
I can't even imagine it was the biggest rock around it.
I don't think so.
Who picked that one?
Yeah.
And it's no dare stone.
No dare stone. Right. Well, for one thing, it exists. I mean, I guess the dare stones exist, but we've talked to the rock experts and they said so.
Yeah, they said, this one's a real rock. We're knocking on that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting and pertinent. I mean, it really is just like many have tried to put it all together. Many have tried to like DNA map. Many have tried to, but it's like it's 1580s is you're lost.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's what's so interesting about that time period is like you really only have the words of who wrote stuff down and whose stuff that wrote down made it.
Yeah.
So it's like we're just missing so much info.
Yeah.
And if Captain Thomas had maybe not been 3 years late, we could have gotten some more.
That's really late, 3 years.
It's really late to show up to something.
Like, I probably know 118 people who have moved in the last 3 years. And some of them I've never heard from again.
You just see a little carved tree near their place that says,
That's just like Philadelphia,
Dayton, Ohio.
my parents' house.
What could it mean? Yeah, this is one of those big mysteries. I think if I have to guess what camp I'm in, because there's many, I'd say the top camps are,
Yeah, what are the theories?
top camps is joined in with the Algonquin people.
Okay.
Top theory is died at sea.
Mm-hmm.
Another theory is just simply starved out because they could not make farming work. Like we assume and we feel pretty confident that they left because agriculture was not working where they were.
Huh.
They could not grow crops. They were not sustaining.
That's embarrassing.
Yes, I think this was many such cases when these English people came to a new land.
And they just straight up couldn't farm?
Yeah, well, that's why the Native Americans were so helpful out of the kindness of being like, you guys are kind of quite stupid.
I think in retrospect, they shouldn't have taught the rest of us about corn.
Well, yeah, we totally just were like, thank you so much for telling us about that. We're going to take it from here.
Yeah, we got this. And that is bad news. So left because of farming was bad.
Yes, they could not farm on that land. It just was not working.
You must be so cocky to get on a boat and be like, I'm going to get over there. I'm going to grow so many crops.
Yeah, I think we'll just like have a bunch of kids. We'll just sort of like have a bunch of food. We'll be super stoked on that.
I do like obviously live in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the things I know about you.
It's a classic Josh fact.
Yep. You almost talk about it too much.
I do. I'm on and on about it.
Well, Josh, I don't know that we helped solve the mystery even a little bit, I'll be honest. But we talked about it. We kept it in people's hearts.
That's right.
And maybe we'll find some more dare stones if we keep digging. But first, I think I'm going to go to sleep. I am so sleepy and I'm turning in.
I'm so tired from all this learning, so I'm going to turn in as well. Good night, KP.
Good night, Josh.